It's Saturday Night Live.
Welcome to Saturday Night Live. My name is Peyton Sanders. In Juan Villaro's passionate story of a downtrodden boxer, a manipulative woman, and a reporter vying to salvage a man's dignity, we looked into how lies, betrayal, and guilt always catch up with you. Lightweight Champ, originally published in Words Without Borders, begins with a columnist closely following the career of Mexico's own Ignacio Barrientos, or Nacho, as many people call him, and his many triumphs throughout his career. The two began as wide-eyed hopefuls on the outskirts of Mexico City until a tragic robbery-turned-murder set them on a path that they couldn't turn back from. Nacho, being the one who sent a man over a cliff to his presumed death in his younger years, has been channeling his inner guilt in the ring and beating his opponents one after the other. That is, until Miriam came into the picture. Miriam is the daughter of a boxing promoter, Don Samuel, who quickly sees the value of Nacho and turns his and his daughter's attention to furthering his success in the ring. With a revelation revealed to Nacho by the reporter near the end of the story that he is not a murderer, his career goes from bad to worse. False relationships begin to manifest themselves, Miriam shows her true colors, and the once great Ignacio Barriento is now only a legend, all because of the truth. This is going to be a great show. We have an exclusive interview with Ignacio Barriento. We have an exclusive interview with the woman throughout his entire life, Miriam, and the reporter who covered it all. Stick around.
Good evening, I'm Julie Rebello.
And I'm Kevin Tormeno, and this is the Weekend Update. In recent news, professional boxer Ignacio Barrientos has died.
Luckily, we were able to sit down with Nacho before his tragedy. Let's take a look at that exclusive interview about his lifelong guilt. Hi, I'm Julie Rebello here with Nacho Barrientos. So Nacho, tell me about your fighting strategy throughout your career. Why was every fight so bloody?
Well, typically, I let my opponent tire himself out by punching me repeatedly, and then I come in with the final blow and knock him out. Ever since I was little, I was good at fighting. I had no problem taking out opponents quickly, but after Riquelme's death, I felt guilty. I deserved to feel pain myself. Every scar was a way of unburdening myself from my past mistakes.
What was going through your mind when you were finally defeated?
Well, after my lifelong friend told me I didn't murder Riquelme after all, I felt finally at peace with the world and had no reason to fight. The guilt I had was finally released, but for so long I had known nothing but that guilt, and it fueled my fighting style.
Wow, what a great interview. Who knew such a tough guy could be so sentimental?
I wonder what Nacho's wife would think about that situation.
Well, good thing she just happens to be here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Miriam. Hey Miriam, thanks for being on the show. So tell me, how hard was it on Nacho after losing the fight to Curtis Kramer?
Oh, it was just awful for him. But really, I just cared about the money. I'm so greedy. But who isn't in this country? The amount of money my father and I lost because of that fight was devastating. I mean, at the end of the day, I have to look after myself.
Okay, so is that why you left him? Did you even actually love him, Miriam?
Of course I loved him, but mostly his money. I was always attracted to the gifts he bought and the luxuries he provided. After he lost, I had no other choice. Me, Miriam, married to a loser? Definitely not.
Wow, what a great interview. I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks this, but it was obvious that Miriam always seemed detached when appearing in public with Nacho, as if she was only along for the ride.
Next up, we have a reporter from the arena, who is not only a childhood friend of Barrientos, but also has documented his entire boxing career. Mr. Narrator, thanks for being with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell us about your column on the ropes. What's it all about?
Well, I was the first one to realize that Nacho had the potential to be a boxing prodigy, so I took it upon myself to stick by him and detail his career in my own column. We were childhood friends, but I've been more of a spectator my entire life rather than a best friend. As Nacho's career grew, we began drifting apart, and mine plateaued, to be honest with you. Nacho was always generous with his money, though. He showered me with luxurious gifts, cars, things like that. And even helped keep me out of prison after I got arrested one time. I wish he was alive today so I could pay him back for everything, or at least try to.
That's a long time. Did you maintain a good relationship with Nacho throughout this?
Yeah, it was very cordial, but I nearly ruined it all with my lust for Miriam. And then I actually did ruin it all when I told Nacho that he actually did not murder Raquelme. He was distraught, to say the least.
Do you regret telling him the truth?
No, I was jealous of his fame, but honestly, I loved Nacho more than Miriam, and wanted to free him of his guilt, no matter how distant we'd become, or even if it was the end of his career. Alrighty, well, big thanks to all our guests tonight.
This has been the Weekend Update. Adios.